Hey family, this is your sister Angel and hanging out in Angel's Garden. I am so glad we are here to connect. And today I am going to show you how to mix the yeast fertilizer. It's very simple. But before we get started, I want to let you guys know that this is an open collab. Now, this open collab is called Yeast Fertilizer. Now, our amazing host is Krista with At Almost Off-Grid Grandma. We have another co-host. Her name is Adrienne at Hamilton Homestead. And I am also a co-host. My name is Angel, again, with Hanging Out in Angel's Garden. I want to give a shout out to Catherine Evans. She is also using the fertilizer, and her channel is at Cat Evans Cuisine. And also want to give a shout out to Allie at My Rusty Garden. And family, please, if you want to be a part of this collab, again, just tag Krista at Almost Off-Grid Grandma. But I want to take you guys back to my place. I'm gonna show you how to mix this amazing yeast fertilizer. I'm gonna apply it, and we're gonna look at some results. So let's get going, family. Put your seatbelt on. Let's do it.
All right, family. Now, to mix yeast for your plants, you want to combine 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast, right? With 1 tablespoon of sugar, and you just want to put that in a container of warm water, and that would be about a cup. All right, we're gonna mix that up there and let it sit for a few hours, okay? Allowing the yeast to ferment and become foamy. Then we're going to dilute this mixture with a larger amount of water. So family, we're going to let this sit and we'll be back. All right, family, it's been a couple of hours. Let's check our yeast. Wow, and look at how it's foamed up. Now, family, we're going to add this to additional water. So get a little bucket. As you see, my bucket I have here, and use warm water. I put it just to about right here, and I'm going to pour this in. Okay, we're going to get our yeast in there really good, and our sugar, we're going to mix it up. All right, and we're going to apply this to our wonderful plants, and we'll also be able to show some results. Now, family, here are some key points. Remember, the ingredients used, use standard dry active baker's yeast and granulated sugar. Now, the water temperature used, make sure you use lukewarm water, as to hot water can kill the yeast. Now, your fermentation time, let the mixture sit for a few hours to allow the yeast to activate and produce beneficial byproducts. Before applying, dilute the yeast mixture with a larger volume of water, of what we're doing now. So those are your key points. Is once you get your yeast mixed up and sat for a couple of hours, you want to dilute it with more water. So family, let's go and apply this to our wonderful plants. All right, family, this is wonderful. We're going to do a before and after. Let's take a look. I want to put this on my cucumbers, and let's take a look at the size of the cucumbers now. So here's the cucumbers. Okay. We're going to see if we get a difference in a few days after applying our wonderful yeast fertilizer. So I love putting my nature to nature on my plants. But when I want to build the root system and I want to get my plants some strength, I like to put on the yeast. So we're going to do the yeast fertilizer, and we're going to apply it to the cucumbers. All right, let's give it to the cucumber. And hello, hi, that's Snowball. Hi, Snowball, how you doing? All right. Wonderful. Get it some more. Get this cucumber here. Let's look looking marvelous. And it's so nice. And please make sure you check all the other channels of our group that are using the fertilizer, the yeast fertilizer, and just giving updates on how things are going. Let's share what's going on, how things are going. Yes, family. So in a couple of days, all right, so in a couple of days, we're going to take a look at the cucumbers. Well, all right, family. It has been probably about 10 days since I've put the yeast fertilizer on my cucumber plants. And family, we got to take a look at this. I mean, what I've noticed is it really helps the rooting system bring the fruit and your plants out, your vegetables out. And let me show you, you've seen the size when I applied it. Now look at it, family. This is about 10 days later. Look at this. Look at how huge. This is the Japanese cucumber along my favorite. But look at how big that is. And look at the one next to it. Just huge. I mean, when you use the yeast fertilizer, you're always going to notice a difference. I would hope. I've noticed. This isn't the first time I've used the yeast fertilizer. I'm trying to find another one for you. They've just gotten, like this one here. Oh, here it goes. Look at this. Look at that. These are huge. Just getting so big and vibrant. Look at it. Look at. Let me come back here and stand back here and show you how it's just growing. Since I've put that yeast fertilizer down, my cucumbers gotten like tripled the size. And it's even, I had to put the umbrella down, family. It's been hot here in Sacramento, California. And look at this. Look at this. Look at all this. This is all new. This is all new. Look at this. I had to put my umbrella up a little higher because it gets really hot and I don't want to burn off the fruits and vegetables. So I always try to keep, covering. But family, you have to admit, you've seen what size they were. And here it is, about 10 days later. Oh my God, look at this, family. I just seen this from stepping back. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. Get your yeast fertilizer, family. Look at the leaves. I'm putting everybody's name that's been using the yeast fertilizer. Please go check out their channels. Don't be shy. Try something new. This stuff's incredible. Oh my God. I can't believe it. It's just amazing. The job it's done using the yeast fertilizer. Yeah. Look at that. It's just growing and growing. Look at how tall it's gotten over my fence line ever since I put that yeast fertilizer down. It's been about 10 days and it's looking wonderful, family. But family, please check out the other channels. I want you to hit that like, smash that notification bell, and subscribe to your sister channel.